Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're all set to go for the second out of two games here at Palm Springs Stadium, as the first place A's get set to take on the Bootleggers. Bootleggers come into this game 2-5-1. A's come in 7-2. They just watched the Blue Sox win their previous game to move to 7-2 this season. A's come in at 7-1, of course. And a win would help keep them in first place. It's going to be a really interesting matchup, though, Marshall. One of the clear fire aces for the A's, Bridger Holmes, will be taking the mound for them. And in a very interesting development, Carson Phillips, one of the aces for the Palm Springs Power, for the night games, is pitching for the Bootleggers. Matchup of aces.
It sure is. And what a matchup that'll be, especially having seen Carson Phillips pitch for the Power. I think that's likely to set up a great pitcher's duel today.
Carson Phillips, the big 6'2", 215-pound righty out of Dixie State University. He's gone 19 innings for the Power this season, 2.84 ERA, 30 strikeouts to go with just 10 walks. Expect to see him high 80s to low 90s with his fastball. He features a really effective breaking ball. First three guys to face will be Dylan McKee, Jack Mullen, and Spencer Middleton. As we're underway, ball one. Trey Brooks, Max Merlin, Ryan McCarthy, the three outfielders, left, center, and right. For the Bootleggers, Brian Perry over at third. Brother combination in the middle infield, Jin Hattori at short, Go Hattori at second base, Xavier Thomas over at first base, Tyler Swan behind the plate, and of course, Carson Phillips on the mound. We open with a 2-ball, no-strike count to Dylan McKee of the Bootleggers. Dylan McKee out of West Valley College. He's 4 for 12 so far this season. A double and a triple, 1 RBI to his credit. OPS over 1. Hits that foul 2-1.
Worth noting, Phillips coming off of his longest outing of the year of the Power, which pitches season-high 6 innings.
Strike 2, 2-2 the count. Last night's game for the Power did end up being canceled because of the thunderstorms that came in here in Southern California. You wonder if he was the expected starting pitcher last night, so he's here just to get some innings.
I think that's very likely the case.
So full count to Dylan McKee. Out of the right-handed batter's box, McKee playing second base today. Takes a breaking ball in there for a called strike 3. One batter, one strikeout for Carson Phillips. There's one away. That'll bring up Jack Mullen, the designated hitter. Mullen with a .462 on-base percentage. He's 0 for 7 so far this season. He's been on base 6 times, though. 4 hit-by pitches, 2 walks, among the league leaders in hit-by pitches. Takes a breaking ball in the inside corner, strike 1. It's a fun stat to be one of the leaders in, just getting plunked after you pay to be out here.
Yes. Got a little Chase Utley in him. He just takes hit-by pitch.
Speaking my language, that's sprayed foul, 0-2 the count. Big Phillies fan. Phillies actually coming in to San Diego.
Oh, I have to go catch them while they're in town.
Yeah, I gotta try. They're in for a 4-game series starting tonight.
Nice.
Here's the 0-2, Phillips to Mullen. Breaking ball swung on and missed, blocked nicely by Swan. He'll finish off the strikeout over the first. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts for Carson Phillips. That time, 2 breaking balls to set the first 2 men down. That'll bring on the shortstop, Spencer Middleton. Middleton hitting .444 so far this season. 4 for 9, 7 runs scored, 3 doubles, 3 RBIs. First pitch taken for a ball, 1-0. Another good breaking ball, strike 1. Already seen several breaking balls from Carson Phillips this inning. Right fielder Ryan McCarthy playing way over towards the line, so a lot of room in the right center field alleyway. Breaking ball, chopped foul at home plate, 1-2.
Spencer Middleton batting .444 on the season. Best game coming against the Bombers, a 6-0 win in which he had 2 RBIs.
Kind of a brief meeting on the mound between Swan and Phillips. Wonder if they're just talking about what pitch they want to throw or what kind of signs they want to use. Pretty certain all the coaches leave it up to the catcher to call the games, which I really like. Just inside 2-2. Good fastball on the inner half. Here's the 2-2. Fastball just a little low. That'll bring us to a full count. 2 outs, nobody on base. Phillips has struck out the first 2 men he's faced, both with breaking balls. Here's the payoff. Another breaking ball, swung on and missed. Carson Phillips strikes out the side in order to get things started today. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. Bridger Holmes taking the mound. Bottom of the first coming up. Bootleggers about set to take their first hacks, and they'll do it against one of the premier aces in the league, Bridger Holmes, the big 6'5" righty, 210 pounds, incoming freshman of Feather River College. 3.48 ERA so far this season, this being the fourth game he's pitched in. And he's earned a complete game, and he's gone 10 1/3 innings, leads the league in strikeouts coming into today. That's impressive. He's only 5th so far in total innings. It's the first pitch hit foul by Go Hattori, the second baseman. Go Hattori, Brian Perry, Max Merlin, the first 3 men that'll come to the plate for the Bootleggers. William Campagna, Sebastian Moore, Braxton Riley, left center and right field. Spencer Middleton, Dylan McKee, the shortstop and second baseman. Xander Bretzko, third. Benjamin Bryan, the first baseman. Caleb Waits behind the plate. He'll be catching Bridger Holmes, of course, on the mound, who's quickly ahead 0-2. 22 strikeouts for Bridger Holmes in just over 10 innings. So that breaking ball's in the dirt, taken for a ball.
And that's remarkable and worth noting. Of those 3 games pitched so far, 2 of them are starts. In that first start, 11 strikeouts, and in the next start, 10. And especially after the 1-2-3 from Carson Phillips, I feel like we're going to see a great pitcher's duel.
It's been tough to get on base against Holmes. Just a 1.06 walks and hits allowed per inning. Try another breaking ball, left it outside, 2-2. Go Hattori out of San Francisco State University. This will be the 6th game he's played in. 4 for 10 so far this season. No RBIs to his credit, scored 2 runs. A check on the swing, no swing, says the first base umpire. 4-man umpire crew to Marshall. First time, at least the first time I've seen that for a PSCL game. Frankly, I don't think have we even seen 4 umpires for a power game?
I don't think we have. Yeah, I think it's the first for either league this season.
The 3-2, and that's it pretty well to the center field. Sebastian Moore, he makes a nice running Oh, excuse me. Yeah, he did make the catch. Nice running catch by Sebastian Moore. Based on the body language, almost looked like he didn't catch it. But nonetheless, 1 out after Go Hattori worked a full count. Sebastian Moore, the center fielder, puts it away on the hard hit line drive. That'll bring up Brian Perry, the third baseman. New addition to the Bootleggers team, as they'll dig into the right-handed batter's box to face Bridger Holmes. That's a fun guy to try to face. First at bat of the season.
Yes.
So Perry takes ball 1 outside. Xander Bretzka even with the bag in case there's a bunt. Benjamin Bryan, the first baseman, playing back. Everyone else straight up.
Enormous gap right out in center.
Braxton Riley, the right fielder, a little bit more over towards the alleyways. That's taken for ball 3. He likes to play very shallow right field, especially right-handed batters, but I've seen a few times already. He's very comfortable going back on some of those deeper fly balls and sometimes even over towards the gap. 3-0 pitch coming to Perry. Swinging on 3-0, chops that one out to second base. Dylan McKee on over the first and a quick 2 outs. Perry got the green light. We've seen plenty of that from all these teams this season. Grounds out to second base. That'll bring up Max Merlin, the center fielder. Merlin hitting .385 so far this season, off to a hot start, 5 for 13. 2 RBIs to his credit. He's drawn 3 walks, only struck out 4 times. Guy you want to keep off the bases. He's stolen 4 bags so far. Takes a first pitch breaking ball outside, ball 1.
Max Merlin, freshman out of college of the Redwoods, batting .385.
That ball's ripped foul down the right field line. Mentioning stolen bases as a team, we mentioned it before, but the A's lead the pack. It's gotten a little closer between the Snowbirds. The A's come in today with 32 stolen bases. Snowbirds right behind with 26. Snowbirds have played 1 less game so far coming into today than the A's. Bootleggers second from the bottom in total stolen bases with 7. Two ball, 1 strike count to Merlin. Ball's hit hard towards the middle. That's going to get past Dylan McKee into center field for a base hit. So a 2-out base runner for the Bootleggers. Max Merlin is aboard with the first hit of the game. So I'll bring up Kai Pagan, the cleanup hitter and the designated hitter. Pagan hitting .400 so far, 6 for 15. 4 doubles to his credit. Only 3 RBIs, though, those 4 doubles. Part of that's just getting guys on base in front of you. Big swing and a miss, strike 1. Max Merlin's a guy you want on first base right here. He's stolen 4 bags. Check on the runner. He gets back in stand-up. Not a big lead over there for Max Merlin. Marsh, do you think we'll see Merlin try and take off and swipe second?
I think we will.
He does not go here. Breaking ball, strike 2. Holmes likes to work fast. He works ahead here 0-2 after giving up the 2-out hit to Merlin. Another check on, this time diving back is Merlin.
That's a bit close.
Sebastian Moore playing pretty deep in center field. Same with William Campagna in left, and honestly in right field, that's the deepest I've seen Braxton Riley play anybody.
Yes.
Check swing, yes he did go around. Kai Pagan goes down swinging on 3 pitches. First strikeout of the game from Bridger Holmes. He allows 1 hit and leaves a man over at first base. And we go to the top of the second. Looking like a pretty good pitcher's duel. We're set for the top of the second inning. Carson Phillips going back to work after striking out the first 3 batters in order for the A's. So they'll bring up the cleanup man Xander Bretzka, playing third base for the A's. Incoming freshman to UNLV, a Vegas guy. How about that? 7 for 14 so far this season. 3 doubles to his credit, 6 RBIs. Still digging to the right-handed batter's box with nobody on to start the inning. Takes a breaking ball down low. A lot of breaking balls so far from Phillips. We know we'll throw any pitch, any part of the count, but we've seen a ton of off-speed pitches.
Yes, I'm generally seeing him pitch with the power. I'm used to that real biting fastball. He's really more on the breaking stuff today.
Another breaking ball. This time he gets a swing and a miss on that one in the dirt. Brett's has only drawn 1 walk so far this season. He's only been hit by 1 pitch, so an aggressive hitter nonetheless.
And it shows in his batting .500.
Slugging over 700 OPS, 1.277. That breaking ball missed somewhere. I guess it was a little high. 3 straight breaking balls to start this at-bat to Bretzka. Looks like another breaking ball there on the inside corner, 2-2. Interesting sequence of pitches.
Also worth noting, Bretzka just 1 for 2 in stolen base attempts, so kind of an outlier in the A's roster. Not really a speed guy, all about
That's
hitting.
hit in the air, the right field. Ryan McCarthy over towards the alleyway, and he puts it away, 1 out. First ball put in play for the A's. That's deposited out to right field. 4 pitches, 4 outs so far for Phillips. They'll bring up the 5th man in the order, Jackson Irwin, one of the extra hitters for the A's. Irwin, incoming freshman of Frank Phillips Community College. 1 for 14 so far this season, 1 RBI to his credit. He takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. Irwin's been putting the ball in play. Only 4 strikeouts in his 15 plate appearances, but he's quickly behind in the count, 0-2.
Phillips going back just to straight fastballs here.
Irwin's also pitched a couple times so far this season. Got hit around a little bit in his first start, then he went 4 innings. Had a really nice line. That ball's ripped down the left field line, in for a hit. Big turnaround first, stopping there is Irwin. Second hit of the season, that ball was hit hard.
Oh, very beautifully, yeah.
So first base runner, first hit of the day for the A's. We'll see Carson Phillips out of the stretch for the first time.
And the real thing to wonder about here is, are we going to see Jackson Irwin in motion? Considering he hasn't had any stolen base attempts so far this season. Because, as we mentioned, this A's team, all about speed.
That brings up Benjamin Bryan, the first baseman. Bryan, incoming freshman to Lindenwood University. 2 for 10 so far this season. Drawn 3 walks, been hit by a couple pitches. So that throw over gets away just for a moment. Hattori goes to retrieve it. Go, Hattori, that is. Combination of brothers probably turned more than their share of double plays as they've grown up together.
Indeed. Always love the baseball brothers. George and Ken Brett, or Steve and Dave Sachs. I'm feeling Irwin's going to go here, especially if you got someone struggling like Bryan.
2-0 the count. So what are you looking here if you're Benjamin Bryan with a 2-0 count? Phillips has shown he'll throw anything at any part of the count.
Definitely looking for a breaking ball, and I do expect Irwin to go.
On a 2-0 count, interesting. He does not go, gets a fastball, and that's hit foul out of play. Good looking swing, though, from Bryan.
Or I should say, I should look for Irwin to go at 2 strikes.
Never know, he could have gone 2-0. Reigning PSCL manager Don Bray, he'll run wild. The 2-1. Breaking ball swung on and missed, 2-2. And a late swing from Brian on the fastball out in front of that breaking ball. Wonder what he'll go with on a 2-2 count. Bootleggers set to try and turn 2. Another check on the runner. Max Merlin playing relatively deep in center. Way over towards the line is Ryan McCarthy in right. And playing pretty straight up is Trey Brooks in left. 2-2 breaking ball in there for a called strike 3. Brian knew it. Down on strikes he goes. 4th strikeout of the game so far for Phillips. There's 2 outs. So that'll bring up Sebastian Moore, hitting 7th in the order, the center fielder. Moore hitting .231 so far, 3 for 13. All three of those hits went down as doubles. So he digs into the left-handed batter's box. Takes a fastball, strike 1.
Second baseman shifting good deal. Also playing very shallow, basically playing on the edge of the grass.
Yeah, I'm glad you made note of that, Marshall. Go Hattori really playing on the pull side for the lefty. So a lot of room up the middle. Even Jin Hattori, the shortstop, playing relatively close to the second base bag. Outfielders all playing straight up. Max Merlin a couple steps over towards left center field. The 0-1. That's it. Over the third base. It's going to be a fair ball. Throw across the diamond as not going to be in time. So an infield hit for Sebastian Moore. Got the right off the end of the bat, spinning all sorts of ways up the third base line. Great effort from Perry, gloving it and throwing on the run. Just not in time.
I was thinking he would have to try and find him, get it up the middle. Just found the rarest spots. A really, really difficult infield hit.
So 2 hits in the inning, put men on first and second with 2 outs. Now bring up the right fielder, Braxton Riley. 1 for 13 so far this season. No RBIs. This will be a good time for him to pick up his first. He takes strike 1. Braxton Riley, the excellent right fielder for the A's. Wow, Ryan McCarthy way over towards the right field line. Trey Brooks relatively close to line 2 and left. Breaking ball, a little high, 1-1.
First jam of the game for Phillips. Got a sense of double steal coming here for the A's. And get that running game in motion.
Phillips relatively quick to the plate. Goes to the high leg kick. Breaking ball. Gets a little high again. 2 straight breaking balls that Phillips wanted and didn't get the call. Long set. Phillips kicks and deals. Swung on and missed. 2-2 the count. A's are 4th in the league in total runs scored. Bootleggers right in the middle of the pack at 35. That swung on and missed. Swan will deposit the ball over the first base to finish off the strikeout. 5th strikeout of the game for Carson Phillips. He leaves 2 men on base. So 2 hits for the Bootleggers this inning, not able to push. So, excuse me, 2 hits for the A's this inning, not able to push a run across. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. Bridger Holmes getting back to work. 5, 6, 7 coming up for the Bootleggers in the bottom of the second. Tyler Swan, Ryan McCarthy, Daniel Vendel be the first 3 men this inning to see Bridger Holmes. Bootleggers able to put up 1 single in the first inning. Nothing much came after that. So it'll be the catcher Tyler Swan to lead things off for the Bootleggers. So far he's caught the first 2 innings from Carson Phillips. That ball's chopped over the third base. Bretza up with it. Over the first in plenty of time. A quick 1 out for Bridger Holmes. First pitch swing is Swan and 1 away. That'll bring up Ryan McCarthy, the right fielder. Local guy, Ryan McCarthy, incoming freshman to Butte College.
Butte College.
You're a California guy. You know better than me, Marshall. Appreciate that. 1 for 10 so far this season. A couple RBIs.
Well, the reason I know that is my grandparents, who live here in Palm Springs, they're from the Butte area in Montana. There's a small town in Montana called Butte, so that's how I know.
So this college is in Montana.
Oh, I've
Or
it might be a Butte College here. I just know that there's a Butte in Montana, so I know the pronunciation.
all right, how about that? Much appreciated, Marshall. 1-1 count to McCarthy. That ball's hit out to left center field. Going over and back is Campagna, and he'll put it away. Nice running grab right there. He goes back a good ways to get that well-hit ball from McCarthy. 2 balls in play and 2 quick outs for the Bootleggers. That'll bring up Daniel Vendel. Vendel hitting 1 for 9 so far this season. He had just about set for the top of the third inning. 9-10-1 due up for the A's. William Campagna, Caleb Waits, and then the top with Dylan McKee. Carson Phillips out to get started with his 3rd inning of work so far. Campagna is the left fielder. Hitting .214 so far this season, 3 for 14 overall, 1 double his credit, 1 RBI. Couple stolen bases. Team that loves to try and steal. Swinging first pitch, and he swings through a breaking ball 0-1. First time this season the Bootleggers are able to play live here at the stadium. Did have a 1 day of where games were canceled early in the season, and then of course we had rain out yesterday. So glad to have Bootlegger fans, just like everybody else, getting to tune into the live stream.
Amen to that.
Ball's chopped way up in the air. The shortstop. Whoa, great play. Initially, not able to get his man. It'll be an infield hit for Campagna. My goodness, Brian Perry came a long way over from third base on that high bouncer. He picked up on his short hop, had a double clutch just for a moment, a little trouble getting it out of his glove, and not quite in time to get Campagna, who does run well. So 4th hit of the year for Campagna gives the A's a leadoff base runner. We'll see if he runs. Campagna, 2 stolen bases so far. That was a heck of a play, though, Marshall, by Perry to even have a chance to throw him out.
That was an amazing effort.
Taking strike 1 is Caleb Waits, the catcher, and the 10th man in the order. 10 men in both lineups today. If Perry let that ball go, there's no way Ginatori would have had any chance to make a play.
Indeed. wouldn't have.
Ooh, check
Ooh.
on the runner. Got him flat-footed, but safe.
That was close. Like, this would be the inning for the A's to get that vaunted running game going.
Caleb Wade's 0 for 11 so far this season. He takes strike 2 at the knees, 0-2 the count. Incoming freshman to Feather River College. Standing at 6 feet tall, 195 pounds. This being the 6th game he's played in. Another check on the runner, diving in just in time is Campagna, who was inching off a little more that time. Seen plenty of throwovers from Carson Phillips. Pretty decent move for a right-handed pitcher. He'll mix and match between a high leg kick and a slide step. That pitch just misses. Phillips wondering where that missed.
That looked on the money to me, but...
A ball and 2 strikes to count. Bootleggers set to try and turn 2. That ball's lined in the left field for a base hit over the head of Perry. Stopping at second is Campagna. That puts runners on first and second with nobody out. So 2 leadoff singles from the 9 and 10 hitters. That brings up the top of the order, Dylan McKee.
And this is a great spot for the A's. You can get the bottom of your order on base. Really get the running game going.
Dylan McKee struck out looking his first time up. 1 of 5 strikeouts so far for Phillips. Struck out the side in the first inning. Another breaking ball in there, strike 1.
The infield playing very shallow, hoping to get that double play ball.
Brian Perry in on the grass, just in case McKee squares the bunt. You a fan of bunting here?
I am.
Late swing at the breaking ball, 0-2 the count. McKee has not squared on either of the first 2 strikes. So now the corner infielders can back up. Play more normal depth.
Oh, right field still playing very shallow.
Here's the 0-2. Fastball on the ground, through the hole for a base hit. Rounding third is Campagna. Here's the throw home. It's going to be late. 3 straight hits, and the A's are on the board, 1-0. That single coming on an 0-2 count, nonetheless, for Dylan McKee. So he picks up the RBI. A's aboard and lead 1-0.
Phillips going to talk things over with his catcher.
Campagna crosses the plate. Wade stops at second, so still men on first and second with nobody out. I wonder what kind of adjustments the A's might make second time through the order with Carson Phillips. So that brings up Jack Mullen. Struck out his first time up. Chance for an RBI right here. Breaking ball, good play by Swan to corral that, 1-0.